get to this point, but it was kind of down with the little illness and whatnot. But guitar came in Friday, and the box that it got delivered in was so jacked up, I had to pull it out and check everything. But as you can see, got a Jackson is my final guitar, and yeah, I'm gonna do the unveiling a little different than I normally do them because I've already like set it up to what I needed to. Didn't touch it for a couple days, which drove me crazy. Which I'm sure you guys know. I'm sure all my tech heads know it's like when you get a new guitar and you just don't touch it because summertime in Arizona is already upon us and humidity, storms, blah 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 blah. But here we go. This is the final guitar I've bought for the rest of the year. Maybe just basically until it'll basically be for the rest of the year and until I finish upgrading the rest of my guitars because it's getting out of control. But 3, 2, 1, dun 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 dun. Bah. We got a 7-string, obviously still a Jackson. Randy Rhoads, that's right. I was looking at this one and a couple other, what is it? The Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden. I was looking at that one. I was looking at getting just the regular 6-string Randy Rhoads with the trem because they had the white version. I was like, I don't understand why they're charging more money. Excuse me for the white colors, but you know it is what it is. And I wanted to I've always wanted I've had a prototype, excuse me, of Jackson 7-string years ago, and yeah, it really wasn't my thing. It was a slat 7, and I was like, all right, I always upgrade all my guitars anyway. Let's just go with something that's more like something a decent price range, gives me enough room that it'll even out. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's right. That used to be 250. Now it's 300. So, and I really like the design and whatnot. It's a poplar body. Yeah, poplar body, maple neck. And it's that crazy name that they use now that it looks ebony, but it's not. And the thing is evil sounding with the passive pickups, which will be changed to EMG. But it is baritone and severely neck heavy. The guitar hardly weighs anything, but when you put it on, it totally just it dives down. It's about barely 7 pounds and whatnot. So, and see, I still have. Let me kick the cats off here. Come on, look out, guys. Come on. So, look out, look out, look out, kitty. There we go. So we have, I mean, it's like just a solid, nice piece, maple. The tuners are nice. It's still just, getting acclimated to, the weather out here because we just had a couple storms pass by. And yeah, I did a number on the really garbage strings that are on this, but I was actually really shocked at how this thing, like the body, like I said, weighs absolutely nothing. It was weird for me to buy a trem. I'm sorry, a tremless guitar, considering I prefer trems. And I'm just gonna figure. I think I'm gonna move the strap button from here. I'm thinking here because I don't want to drill into the neck, but I'm thinking about putting it here. I'm just not sure, but I might just say F it and just deal with it. Funny thing too, I know it's probably hard to see, but it was built this year. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Yep, this is I've actually been looking at this for a while now too, and I was really happy that I was able to get it. I haven't taken the plastic off, but we'll do that now since we got people in here and we're live. So, neck pickup first. Come on. I've never done this live, so first time for everything. All right, there's one. Huh. They really put this on here to mean something. They weren't joking. Yeah, I was really upset when FedEx came and delivered this on Friday because the box looked like it was hit with a forklift. So, yeah, you can imagine how upset I was. That's why I feel bad I didn't do the unboxing in front of you guys. So I do apologize on that. But here, look at that. Satin black, 26.5-inch scale, extended neck. I mean, I do have to change the strings because if you can tell just by, let me get that from not shaking, the neck needs to be cleaned and conditioned, polish the frets a little bit. You know, just give it a nice little, some TLC. I'll be replacing these with Geiger gold and black. I figured out all the color schemes on all my guitars, so it's not going to be every guitar is going to be this weird, wacky color. All my stuff I'm pretty much going to be changing to gold black with the hardware. These I don't know yet. I might leave black or whatever, but this one I might actually ask you guys to throw out some ideas too, because I'm good at. I don't know if I'm going to keep both pickups in, or this one might just be my caveman guitar. What do you guys think? Should I go caveman guitar, or should I actually do, you know, the complete set? Granted, it's a little bit more expensive to do that complete set, but it'll still look nice. If I just do the one, I'd have to foam out, you know, the neck, because I'm thinking about doing a 707, or maybe doing the 60 version for the 7-string here, or 67X. Yeah, them and their numbers, I swear it's like Ibanez. But yeah, going on some of the specs right now. It's a little bit under 8 pounds. When it was delivered, they said 8.8 pounds. So you take away some of that, it's about 7 pounds. But when it dips, it goes woo. But I mean, after a while, you get really used to it. You build up a little bit of muscle, and this thing's crazy cool. And the neck is freaking huge on it too. I mean, I want to say I'm gonna have to go get my caliper. Hold on, real quick. Get that. And if the cats jump up here, they'll probably come and smell the phone, which doesn't shock me. Get my caliper. I just got one of these. I bought myself a digital caliper because it's the one thing I've been missing out of all my tools. And every time I go and buy tools, I'm always like, why didn't I get one of those? I need that. So, we're going to measure off because, you know, compound radius, how it does its thing. So the first fret, I really got to invest into a nice camera. It's getting ridiculous using the phone. Let's see, so the first one is that doesn't make any sense. This is about 16 at the neck, at the first, and then the 12th. $20. So this is a very wide neck, but what's cool about this is you don't feel like you're gonna bust your hand on it. So, like, I'll show you the difference. Like, when you come over here to my Ibanez, and this whole rack right here, I just want to show you guys, this is all Jackson products. I mean, obviously you got an EVH, but it's all same company. Pretty proud of that. But here's the difference between the two necks. The Ibanez is probably about maybe a millimeter smaller, and the Ibanez isn't compound radius. So, and this whole Ibanez is just one big, huge brick. So, but this was the first real guitar that started my collection back up again. So, yeah. So, and then like when you have and I have it set up, the spec set up, I have it as my normal, what is it, action. I have it at 0.25 millimeters, and how you do it when you set up any 24 fret guitar, you do it at the 14th fret. So we have it at 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1.25, 1.50, 1.75. So yes, I like the lowest action possible. And then I got a couple frets I got to kind of shave down a little bit because it's, it's hurried up and came out here, and then the dry weather and whatnot. But this guitar is my lightest guitar. I want to do a sound test right now, but it being not even, it's only like 4 something in the morning, so I'm gonna have to do the sound test around 10 o'clock my time, so in like another 5.5 hours, 6 hours. I keep thinking it's 4:30 for some reason. This is an amazing guitar. I can't believe I picked this over like the $600 ones, but having a guy, having my own pickup dude, I can go through and get a little bit better discounts and stuff here and there. I'd rather do that than buying a guitar that uses the same exact wood, same exact electronics, and I'd rather be the one that gets to pick out, what goes in. It's a personal thing. When you've been playing 25 years and whatnot, you just get tired of, why do I have to spend this much money on something like that? I want, it's almost, you get a price control your guitars and what's going in. Because, and then when you're playing, let me flip it over. And then when you're playing, what's cool, you play it like that, and yeah, the neck's a little high, but if you're really wanting to work on like leads and stuff like that, look at that. You're all right here. And I'm sure the guitar geeks, my fellow guitar geeks, know why I got this. I'm a big Randy Rhoads fan too, and Metallica, and Eddie Van Halen. So I mean, my guitar influences goes as, Kirk Hammett, Dino Cazares, Eddie Van Halen, Chris Cannella. I actually know Chris Cannella is actually the guy who gave me one guitar lesson when I was 16. Way back in 2001. I've been friends with him, known the guy ever since. Even though he lives in Florida now, I know he moved a few years ago, but anyway, and then Jay Yeniger from White Zombie. So that's why I decided to go on a huge collection thing and all that. Now I went a little overboard. So yeah, I think it looks cool having, the Randy Rhoads, and then having, the Eddie Van Halen right there. I think that's pretty awesome. And this is cool too. So anyone wanting to get this, in case you're wondering, is it going to fit on a stand? It will fit on a guitar rack. See, it fits just like that. Just like the Warrior, the awkward shape thing. But a stand like this, it will not work on. See, because I guess I'm wrong, but I wouldn't trust that, because look at, now you're just resting it on the tail of the body, and a lot of people think, as you can see, because a lot of people, because there hasn't been any real reviews, but when I was talking to a couple of people like guitar stores and stuff, they seem to think that this neck is longer than everybody else's, but it isn't. See, they're all bolted in certain different areas. It's all the same. It's still gonna be 26.5 inches. 26.5 inches. believe this one's 24 3/4, 25 1/2, 26 1/2, or maybe 27. I've got to look it up because this one might be 26 1/2, but because it's being built, because it was built this year, they might have changed it. The MIJ, the Made in Japan one, definitely 25 1/2 inch, 25, 25 1/2, 25 1/2. So you could definitely feel the difference, but yeah, the neck's bolted way up over here. So, but here it is, my Tech-HeadZ. Look at that. So this is the rack of, I call this the misfit rack because it's just one of each company. But the company that builds this, I want to give you guys a little thing to look at, is actually the company that builds the Jackson 7, the Jackson 8 string. I looked it up and I looked at the Jackson 8, kept looking back at this, and I was like, oh my God, it's the same, what is it? Chinese company. This makes it. Yeah, the same Chinese company who makes the Jackson 8 strings makes this one. So, because Jackson uses bell cats, and what do you know, bell cats. That's why I've kept this one for so long, and I like it. But if I ever got a Jackson 8 string, I'd totally sell that one off, or I'd keep it. I don't know. I like having all these odd guitars, but there's all the how it looks from there. It's got your classic awesomeness, misfits, and then there's basically the recording studio, the jam space, and everything. Then I have 2 other amps in my my room, the bedroom, and always got to have Eddie's chilling by you. When I saw that was special edition, I was like, I'll get it anyway. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I wanted to share this with you guys. We'll just call this part 1 because I was trying to do an hour-long thing, but I just don't want to keep talking and boring you guys over nothing. But I got let me show you guys this. I did redo this up here. So I now have the tube screamer working as like a clean boost in the effects loop in the guitar, and then through my EVH amp, and wow, did that make a huge difference. So it goes overdrive, EQ, and yes, I'm running 2 compressors, but this helps with the low end, this helps with the all around. Huge difference. I love it. And then my preamp, and I run, this is actually a Metal Muff knockoff, and this thing kicks ass. I recommend this to all my metalhead friends. Huge difference. Lets you like clean up and add, like round it off certain waveforms. And yeah, I got that to help me with some of the mics, and that's the studio right there. Got to kind of keep it low or keep it small, being in an apartment. And then having cats, they're gonna move the mic. So, but that's what I have right now. And then here's one of them. She thinks I'm gonna do something. Hey, you're on TV. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. I was really happy to finally finish my collection. It's taken a long time, a lot of research, and the best thing I could say to anyone who wants to trash the little versions like this, I recommend like the JS series when it comes to the $300 ones and stuff like that. I recommend getting those. 1, obviously, if you're on a budget. 2, if you're really wanting to upgrade a guitar and learn how to do it step by step, get these. It's the same, it's almost the same, it's pretty much the same necks, it's all the same wood and all that, except it's not a neck through. My coffee hasn't hit me yet, so I apologize. Yeah, I mean, I understand when you go get the bigger and more expensive models, hence why that, and, the DXMG, this is old, very old, that's the pre-Fender, but, there, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff I would recommend. Why I say that, because the JS series actually blows away some of the, I played a couple of the X series guitars, and I didn't like the feel of it, but I also don't like neck through bodies, but that's all opinion. But yeah, I definitely recommend mainly if you're gonna upgrade them, But even if you're on a budget, just wait that extra month or two and just get the guitar you really want, or hell, even just buy the guitar you want and get the pickup too. Because yeah, I'm gonna put a poll up and see which EMG you guys think I should throw in the bridge on this one, since I haven't done a poll on that yet, and I've EMG'd almost all my other ones except the Van Halen Wolfgang, because that one won't be touched with any EMG. But all right, everyone, this will be the end of part 1, and part 2 will come here in about, let's say, 5.5 hours. So thanks for stopping by, giving it a try, and I'll see you soon. Later.